Friday dealings in Philly, where wins come at full price. It's the Bears and the Birds for the 2 seed in the NFC. Oh, what a year can change. Exactly 1 year ago, the Bears firing Matt Eberflus, their first ever in-season firing in franchise history, and it feels like they got the hire right. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams has this squad not just in the hunt, but hunting a 2 seed here on Black Friday. Late first quarter, a sign of things to come. Long plotting drive, exclamation point DeAndre Swift into the end zone. The former Bird barks first. Bears up 7-0, 84 rushing yards in the first quarter, most in any quarter this season. As for the Eagles, couldn't get it going. In the first half, 3 points, 83 total yards, and some frustration from the fans. Fewest first downs and a half since 2022, so Chicago's defense also coming to play. Mid-third, Eagles still down 10-3 after this game was contested between the 40s for some time, and A.J. Brown says, just throw me the ball. I don't care if I'm covered. I'll go up and get it. Eagles down 10-9 after a missed extra point. Then a big moment here. Off a Bears turnover, Eagles with a 3rd and 1. You know what's coming next, but this usually doesn't happen. Nashawn Wright strips Jalen Hurts amidst the tush push. Says, push this. Hurts' first game of the season with 2 or more turnovers, had 3 total entering Friday. Ensuing drive, Williams on 4th and 5 finds Colston Loveland. And then later, Kyle Monangai into the end zone. Bears up 17-9, running all over this Birds defense. Monangai $130, Swift $125, 100+ from 2 different names. Next Bears drive on 2nd and 8, play action pass after running it down the field, and it's Caleb Williams. Rolling against his body, finds Cole Kmet with the touch pass. Williams finished with 154, and that passing touchdown exits early for the Philly faithful. Double Birds from some. Bears win 24-15. All right, a look here at those 2 backs for Chicago, who feels like they can say after this one, they are back. 18 rushes for $125 for Swift, 22 for 130 for Kyle Monangai. The first time since 1985 that the Bears have 2 separate 100-yard rushers in the same game. It was Walter Payton and Matsui then. It's Swift and Monangai now. Gold Jacket Patrick Peterson joining us as well. We got so much to get into here, fellas, but I think there's an obvious place to start. This Chicago Bears running game was spectacular on Black Friday, Emery. We're looking at 281 yards of rushing, 2 different backs that go over 100 yards. What'd you see at the point of attack from Chicago?
I saw 4 things. I saw Darnell Wright, I saw Jonah Jackson, I saw Joe Thuney, I also saw, I want to make sure I get everybody in.
You got Drew Dahlman up front.
And exactly, so all those guys. So this is the 2nd game in a row where the Eagles have been dominated at the point of attack. So when you're able to move guys off the point like they were tonight, that allows you to have 2 backs go over 100 yards rushing at over 7 yards a clip each. So both backs did a tremendous job seeing front side to back side, but the offensive line deserves so many kudos because of look at this combo to the backer. This is how you draw it up on a whiteboard, and it was exactly how it played out. And then when you get the ball to a guy like Swift that's able to make that first guy miss always, and then Monangai looks like he has that high school running back power game where you just hate tackling the guy like that consistently over the course of a game. Man, they dominated the Eagles at the point of attack.
I want to stay specific to this game for a little bit, but broadly speaking, just a year over where this franchise is. Last Black Friday, they fired a head coach in Matt Eberflus. This Black Friday, they go on the road and mark a signature win, P2. In that run game vein, to have 2 different backs over 100 yards, this did feel like a concerted effort from Ben Johnson to draw up this game plan on a short week and execute the way they did.
Man, that's been Ben Johnson MO, when he was in Detroit. He's brought that same mentality over to the Chicago Bears. And for them to be able to establish the run and control the line of scrimmage as they did today, they can go a long ways. Defense, we talked about, very optimistic, able to take the ball away in some key moments. But if the Chicago Bears can continue to run the football like they have been all year long, the defense is able to take the ball away. Caleb Williams didn't even have to do much today because they rushed for 281 yards. That's something that's almost unheard of against this Philadelphia Eagles defense, which have been keeping them afloat throughout this season. So it was very discouraging to see what happened against that Philadelphia Eagles defense, but very, very encouraging to see what the Chicago Bears are able to do on a consistent basis on the ground.
It comes down to culture. It's what Ben Johnson has always wanted to be first, is physical at the point of attack, an effective running football team no matter where he's been. and then play action pass off it. Not the numbers game for Caleb Williams, but it wasn't going to be that. Instead, it's a moment game and a big moment in that play action pass to Cole Kmet to make it 2 possessions. Bears were methodical out of the gate here, Emory. There was a confidence about them the second they stepped on this field. We saw drives of 11 plays, and 15 plays to start the game. What do you assess in that culture turnover in a year's time?
I thought Ben Johnson called a great situational football game because you have multiple long sustained drives of double-digit plays. What that does is shrink the ball game, and what it also does is forces the opponent to maximize their chances with the football. So in turn, if you're not able to maximize those possessions, guess what happens? Well, you now have a deficit on the clock. You don't have enough time or enough snaps to get yourself back into the ball game. So that's where Ben Johnson really owned it, because it's easy for ego-driven offensive coordinators / head coaches / play callers to want to get everybody a touch. Well, you're seeing the run game working. Oh, let's get the passing game going. No, stick with the run. It's working. They can't stop it. We'll worry about the passing game another week. Most coaches would have thrown the football and thrown themselves out of a lead, out of a ball game. The last time he threw the football in a significant high leverage moment was the touchdown pass to the tight end going over after you ran the ball down the throat of the Philadelphia Eagles. So I thought Ben Johnson, from start to finish, understood the assignment, played great situational football, and it got them the win.
Offense will steal the headline in this one, certainly, with the way that they ran the ball. But, P2, you alluded to the defense and the timeliness of those takeaways when the offense had gone stagnant in that middle 20. You see an interception, a 6th for Kevin Byard, leading the NFL. This team now 26 takeaways as a team after they stripped Jalen Hurts on the tush-push, sort of that marquee play that we've come to know for Philadelphia. What is the art of the turnaway? Because we're looking at the best in the NFL at doing it right now.
Honestly, it's all about creating habits. You know, when you're on the practice field, doing all the right things, punching at the ball, you know, making sure you're catching your footballs before practice, after practice, catching the ball when you're going through drills. So
defense that was still missing 4 of their top 5 linebackers, and the Eagles just couldn't exploit it. Saquon Barkley's running game still continues to sort of be this team's bugaboo. 56 yards, they run for 80-some as a team. We could go broadly here and talk about the play calling or the execution of those plays. Where is the issue right now for Philadelphia?
It's the execution, and if we go back to the Dallas game, they had the same issues on the offensive line that they had in this game, and Chicago was able to set the table, set the line of scrimmage, reset in some cases, and you allow linebackers, whomever they are, free reign to the football. And I say whomever they are, but I was a big fan of DeMarco Jackson coming out of Appalachian State. Just never got the opportunity with New Orleans.
I thought whomever they are was one of the players playing.
Right.
That was the name on the back.
That looked like the guy that was carrying that seam route down the seam against Devonta Smith. But Jackson got the opportunity. He had 7 tackles, 2 solo stops today. And when you're confident in your ability and you're allowed to execute, it doesn't matter who's out there because everyone knows the assignment. Nashawn Wright, hey, you're the reserve, now you're playing a starting role. Go out there and make some plays. You may only be out there as a starter for a limited amount of snaps, but he was out there and did his thing. So I thought the defensive line did a great job. Dexter was hard to move off the spot.
Yeah.
They just found ways to keep that offensive line from climbing to the second level, and that was an issue against the Dallas Cowboys, and it became an issue this week against the Chicago Bears.
Pat, Kevin Patullo's not the most popular guy in Philadelphia right now, and with good reason. This is an offense that we saw run roughshod a season ago, win a Super Bowl. They're just not clicking right now. Is change at a point like this when you are the 3 seed, because after this win, Chicago moves up to the 2, Eagles down to the 3. As a 3 seed that's going to be in the playoffs, is right now the right time to maybe look elsewhere for that voice in the helmet for Jalen Hurts?
A.J. Brown did have a big game, had some moments in this game today, but overall, it just seems like they're still in first gear. You know what I mean? And they're really leaning on their defense, which they did last year as well, but the offense was way more potent than what they are right now. So one thing that Kellen Moore did a great job, because they had a tough patch in the season last year. I don't know what it was, but he went back into his Rolodex. You know, out of that bye week, the guys in the offense just honed in whatever the assignment was and played better football down the stretch. So this is something that they're going to have to do again, you know, going into December now, because we know December, January football, you have to be able to run the football. And Saquon Barkley, we all know he's one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the game right now. But it's not been shown. So they're going to have to find a way to get him going, because they're going to need him passing. A.J. Brown did have a big game, had some moments in this game today. But overall, it just seems like they're still in first gear. You know what I mean? And they're really leaning on their defense, which they did last year as well, but the offense was way more potent than what they are right now. So one thing that Kellen Moore did a great job, because they had a tough patch in the season last year. I don't know what it was, but he went back into his Rolodex. You know, out of that bye week, the guys in the offense just honed in whatever the assignment was and played better football down the stretch. So this is something that they're going to have to do again, you know, going into December now, because we know December, January football, you have to be able to run the football. And Saquon Barkley, we all know he's one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the game right now. But it's not been shown. So they're going to have to find a way to get him
3 to 2 seed and remain their spot atop and always competitive.